history. I think a lot of pulp, especially in pop culture. How did you become involved in this project?
Well, that was easy. I'd already directed the Beatles TV cartoon shows, so King Features, who were the producers of The Yellow Submarine, knew me very well. By the time that film was being made in London, I had, excuse me, moved to America, and they were having a lot of production difficulties making the film, and they needed extra animation. They needed some character animation that they weren't able to get done in London. And Al Brodax, the producer, called me and asked if I could help out, mostly because I'd already done work for him, and we knew each other, and we were confident with each other's abilities to get the job done, I guess. And that's a message for everybody. Do a good job. You never know, something great will happen to you later. You know,
You become part of history.
Yeah.
So when people come to see your shows, what's the percentage of people who are really, really excited about Scooby-Doo and the Smurfs or the Beatles?
I would imagine 70% would be Beatles fans.
Oh yeah.
But that avid 30% who love Scooby-Doo, who love the Rugrats, who love Ed and Eddie, who love the Smurfs, who love, above all, Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo is enormously popular. So I guess our exhibition here touches many heartstrings in many directions.
And they get to watch you work if they come by the show.
I do. If somebody buys a painting, I do a certificate of authenticity to go along with the painting. And on that painting, I do a simple little doodle that sometimes causes people to cry. Yeah, you know, I mean, those memories flood back, I think. You know, the memories of their childhood flood back on them, and they get very emotional about it. To me, it's just a little doodle. It's sometimes a little amazing to me, the reaction that people have, you know. There's a blank sheet of paper, and in a few minutes there's Scooby-Doo on the sheet, you know. He's in there somewhere, and he comes out, and everybody seems to enjoy that. When I do it, it sometimes causes people to rush out and want to spend $600 to buy a painting or something.
Here you go.
Yeah, they want the doodle more than they want the final painting. I think watching it happen is something that impresses people. But as a cartoonist, every screen cartoonist I've ever known would be amazed to see the reaction that people have when they're doing just what they've always done their whole life. It's nothing special.
Do you ever have instances where children come up and they say, I draw, or I want to do cartoons? What do you tell them?
All the time. And sometimes it breaks my heart a little bit, because the thrill for me, when I was a child and wanted to do it, it was impossible, I did not know that, it was impossible to have such a career in Australia when I was a child. But I still wanted to do it, and the magical thing was that I could do a drawing that could come alive. When my grandmother told me that that was possible, it was like a sledgehammer to my little brain, you know. Well, what? Drawings, every kid is drawing, I'm drawing. And the idea that the drawing could come alive was like magical to me. Now, when young people want their drawings to come alive, it's not quite possible, because all the animation now is done with the mechanical aids of computers. So, and frankly, I know absolutely nothing about the new industry of computer-generated animation. And I can only say, hey, go to art school, learn to draw, be able to draw. Even if you're going to have to work with a computer, you need to know how to draw. So that's the best I can manage on it. But personally, I don't think I would have done animation if I'd had to sit in front of a computer having a computer generated draw.
Do you think the 60s and 70s and the 80s were the golden age of cartoons?
No, I don't actually, no. I think the 40s and 50s were, because those movies were made for the cinema, and they invariably had a budget, like in 1955, Warner Brothers, $50,000 for a 7-minute film. $50,000 for a 7-minute film. We had to do a half-hour film for $50,000. So they were able to exercise their art far more graphically and vividly than we were ever able to. We had to invent ways of reducing cost and still maintain a high entertainment level. Now, with the 60s and 70s and 80s, the golden age of television cartooning, definitely. But of animation itself, from Snow White through Bugs Bunnies and Rugrats, they were really magnificently fun and wonderful.
They were.
And expensive to make.
More than you think, I would
They don't-
imagine.
Yeah, they don't do it anymore at all. More's the pity.
Was there ever a cartoon that you envisioned that you never got the chance to produce but always wanted to? Was there?
That's a good question. I'd have to think about that though, because no doubt thoughts have gone through my head. I tried for a while, if you want to talk about lost opportunities, I was absolutely certain that we could do a wonderful 1-minute cartoon at the end of every newscast,
Oh.
a political cartoon, and it would have been hilarious. We tried to sell it to ABC, NBC, CBS, and they looked at the costs and passed. But and it's still not done, but that is one project. I've got others.